welcome you all to today's webinar. I welcome you, and I know for a fact that this would be one webinar you'd forever remember because it's going to be it's something that would impact your life positively. You know those moments where you wished where you wish that you could just make money and just look for there's this thing about your one person that is make money one way or the other. So this webinar will teaching you a lot of ways to actually make money, invest money, and save money. Keep money and let your money work for you. That's exactly what we'll be learning in this webinar. And so I welcome you all.
It's an honor to have our speaker today, Mr. Oluwole Olawipo. He's a businessman, he's an IT consultant, and he's a passionate trader with over a decade of experience. That's a lot. Over a decade of experience in financial markets. So he blends technical analysis, expertise with strong drive to empower others through digital transformation and trading education. He began his journey in 2013 with a curiosity about stock and forex markets, which soon became his passion. So by 2019, he was already organizing in-person training in Lagos under the banner Trading for a Living. And here he has been helping everyday Nigerians to discover how to build wealth through financial markets. So during the COVID lockdown, we all experienced COVID. And just like that, we're already in 2025. COVID has been gone for like how many years now? He transitioned online and successfully trained over 60 Forex students virtually, leveraging technology to break distance and financial barriers, as we are doing right now. I know some of us are not in Nigeria. So, like, and those of us that are even joining from Nigeria, we're joining from different states. I know some people are joining from Abuja, from Lagos. As in, I would like us to drop the location for which you are joining for us to see how technology has helped us to leverage. Just drop the location we are joining us from in the comment section. Let's see how technology has actually helped us to learn and from the comfort of our room. In 2022, he began applying technical analysis to the Nigerian stock market, spotting unique opportunities most traders overlook. So this led to the creation of tailored strategies and tools for Nigeria equities. He has been combining trading methods with local insight. So please let us welcome Mr. Oluwole Olawipo. Let's just drop clapping emojis in the section in the group page. Let's drop clapping emojis so that he knows that he is really welcome in our midst. Thank you, sir, for granting our call.
And thank you for this opportunity. I'm so happy. I'm delighted to be among you. Every time I have the opportunity to be around young people, I'm also young myself, but when I see younger people, I see it as an opportunity to show to pour in as much as I can, because when we look at life generally, a lot of people that are struggling today is just due to lack of mentorship, you know, and we need to place high premium on mentorship. I'm so happy to be here, and I want to thank the organizer for this opportunity. I pray for more grace, and the Lord continue to uphold your hands in the mighty name of Jesus. So, right into what we have for today. You already know about me. So, what I do is to teach people how to invest in the Nigerian stock market majorly. But when we look at the financial landscape generally, is also what I partake, or where I play in. I also play in the financial market largely. And when we talk about stock market is just like a portion of financial, like in Nigeria now we say financial market. So under financial market, we have the stock market. We also have different other investment assets. You can have ETF, you can have bond, you have savings, you have different other investment instrument. So today we'll be diving majorly, we'll be dwelling majorly on the Nigerian stock market. If you have been online lately, you will see that just open your what's it called, YouTube now. What you see? You see a lot of videos about Nigerian stock market, what it has done recently, lately, and you will see how the market has really performed well. I've been doing this, especially teaching in the stock market. I've been doing this for over 3 years. Yes, teaching, but I've been in the market for long. But teaching like this is like 3 years that I've been online teaching. Okay, so what we have for today, I've seen a lot of people, we have different expectations, but let me just take it step by step because the topic before me, it says uh, financial, the topic, let me, you are seeing my slide, investment 101. So we want to lay the foundation for financial freedom. Okay. So when you hear financial freedom, what readily comes to mind is that when you say you are financially free, it's only few people that are financially free in the right sense. It's like I'm in Nigeria now and I'm thinking of maybe having lunch in Dubai and I don't need to check my account balance to see whether the money is there or not. I just call my friends, guys, let's meet, let's go to let's go to Dubai, and before you know it, we go and come back the following day. You see that kind of freedom. That's what we call financial freedom. That you want to do anything and you are not even looking at the cost. You in your own eyes is the need that you want to feel, whether they want or they need at that moment. You are not thinking of financial implication. That's financial freedom. So a lot have been said about me already. I have IT business. I do IT business and I also teach under the umbrella of Market Formula. If you go online, you will see Market Formula. That's my YouTube channel where I teach people. I drop videos on the Nigerian stock market generally. Largely, that's what I do. So, what's the purpose of our gathering? To demystify investment in Nigeria by empowering us, because one advantage that young people have over we that are a little bit old is that you have time at your advantage. You have time. In the next 10 years, maybe some of you will just be starting out. Maybe in the next, okay, let's say 5 years, 10 years, maybe you are just starting out, you just have kids and you are just starting life. Maybe you are already, if we have an average age here that is around, let's say 18 or 20, in the next 10 years you'll be 30. So in the next 10 years, what's the journey? How do you want to go? Do you want to still be complaining, or you want to say by in the next 10 years this is what I want to achieve? Because there are actually different steps to this thing. You start from before you get to financial freedom. Financial freedom is like the is on the top of the ladder. You start from financial independence. That's okay, you can take care of yourself. You don't need to start calling people for urgent 2K or anything. You have enough money to take care of yourself. At least your basic needs are met. And how do you meet those basic needs? Maybe by working, trading your time for money. When you trade for your time for money, you get money. But there's another level where we say, okay, financial stability. So when you are stable, that means you have enough money that you can take care of yourself and maybe a few other people. And at that level, you need to start doing, start putting money aside, putting money to work. You see, you put money needs to start giving you return. Like you trade. Let's say you buy and sell, you do all those things. That means you are giving money assignments to work for you. That's another level. The other level is where we call financial freedom. That is the level where you now need to have assets. Asset is now the one giving you cash flow. Just imagine that you have hotels all around, you have short let, you have land somewhere, you have rented apartments, and the money you get from all those assets, the money that you get is enough to take care of your needs, your financial needs, and the needs of others. Then you are financially free. That is the peak, and that's where every one of us is aiming to get to. So what are you expected to learn today? One, basic of investing, and secondly, you learn how the stock market works, and we also learn how to start investing in stock market, especially Nigerian stock market. I think Nigerian stock market because Nigeria is where we are. Majority of us we are in Nigeria. These are products we relate with every day. So when you say Nigeria, and the market is still very cheap, I tell people it's still very cheap. Access is still selling around 20 naira. You can see most of these banking stock, they are trading under 100 naira. Convert that to dollar, how much is that? Then go to the US market. One stock can be trading $300. Just one unit of a particular stock is trading at that price. So Nigerian market is so cheap. You can start with as low as 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. You can start investing. So, and I will now talk about fundamentals of fundamental analysis of Nigerian stock market. All right. There's a book that I have for seller. If I can get this link, maybe I'll send the link to the group where you can download the book, Why You Should Be Trading the Nigerian Stock Market. All right. So let's start. Investment. What is investment? Investment is putting money aside, putting money into asset to grow wealth. And when we say asset is what you have that is generating money. Asset. You remember in my introduction, I said that there are 3 levels. One, you use to make money. You move to the second level where you use money to make money by trading. You buy, you sell, you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. So now move to the next level where you use assets to make money. So asset, when you get to that level of asset, that's where financial freedom is. But the stock market, what the stock market does is the opportunity to do the two. You can use money to make money in the stock market and also use asset to make money. And I will explain as we go on. So why do you need to invest? Number one, know one thing that something is eating into your money. If you have 100,000 naira today, this time next year, in a year's time, the buying power of that 100,000 has reduced. It's everywhere in the world. It will reduce. It's called inflation. So what you are buying now, and the inflation rate in Nigeria now is close to 30%. So what it means is if I keep 100,000 naira now, if I keep it now, by next year, that 100,000 would have reduced to 70,000 naira in buying power. Now see that you cannot afford to keep money in a place. You cannot. And another reason you need to invest is you need to use it to build wealth. Wealth is like building a house. You lay it you lay it one level at a time. You lay it like you are building a mansion, a skyscraper. So how do you build a mansion or a skyscraper? That's the foundation we are talking about. You need to first have a solid foundation. It depends on the kind of building you want to put on that foundation that will determine the foundation. And where is the foundation that we are talking about? Foundation is learning. The knowledge you are seeking here, the knowledge you are seeking now is the foundation of investing, because people don't make money in the market. I used to tell my students, you make money due to the knowledge of the market you have. If you don't know, if you buy a stock, somebody sold it to you. If the person knew that the stock will go up, will he sell it to you? So it's the knowledge gap, is what you know that gives you an edge in the market, not the market. The market is not Father Christmas and is not giving out money. It's the knowledge of the market you have that gives you money. And another reason you need to invest, it is the income is passive. Imagine sleeping and waking up and money is entering your account. That's the beauty of making money, not time. Not trading time. Like, okay, let me just do this get rich triangle. I don't know if you have heard of this get rich triangle. the way it is like the base is the biggest. The base is the biggest. And this is where people trade time for their money. Time is is the is the currency here for making money. So here at the tip is where we have assets. This is where we want to go. We want to go like this. Stay here all your life. I'm sorry. You will work throughout your life. You keep working. You might be thinking that, oh, I make more money using my time. But that time is limited, one, and you will not always have that time because there will be a time you will not be strong to be going up and down. I used to make jest of myself that at times I would say, if I buy this laptop and sell, let's say I will make like in short period of time, maybe I will make like 20-30%. But if I put my money in mutual fund will give me like let's say 21% in a year. I can be saying that, whoa, no, why didn't I put everything here? Because I know this one will give me 20% in 3 months. So if I can do that 3 times, that's 80%. But will you always have this time? So I need to start putting it into using money to make money. And that is around here. When you say money, you need to use money to make money at this level. Then when you now grow, when you graduate, then you now go into asset. And this is where financial freedom is. I hope you get the logic now. Here, a lot of people are here, but you don't want to stay here. You want to graduate and move here. So by the time you move here, where you have money, and what are the assets to use money to make money? One, when you buy, let's say, mutual fund, you are using money to make money. If you trade, yes, you do buying and selling, you are using money to make money. Even though you are still using time and money, you are using time and money. At times you can be using only money to make money, like trading forex. Forex is not a real asset. You are not really buying anything. You are only using money to make money in forex market. But in the stock market, the thing is, you are using money to make, also using assets to make money. Forex market offers the two, just like real estate. Like real estate now, you can be using money to make money in real estate and also using asset to make money. How do you use money to make money in real estate? If you buy land now and you go and resell at a higher price, you have used money to make money. But if you buy land and you did not sell it, let's say you now build an apartment on it and you are using it for rent, this rent will be giving you cash flow. You don't need to do anything again. You've already built the house apart from maintenance and all. So the asset is there. Although the asset is appreciating in value, because the value of that house now is not the same, will not be the same in 10 years' time. The value would have appreciated. But because you are not willing to sell, you are interested in whatever the asset will generate. And that is that for that. Stock investment, we have stocks. Stock, I said you can use money and asset the same time. What is bond? Bond is like government where you are buying government. In stock, we buy company. In bond, we buy government. We buy Nigerian government and lend them money. They will give you return. Okay. So we have real estate also. We have mutual funds. We have crypto also. Crypto is a form of payment, and a lot of people are making huge amounts from crypto. So let's talk about savings and investing. So what is savings? Savings is putting money aside. But when you put money aside, you don't do anything with it. Yes, there are some platforms that will give you some return. Maybe on your savings, they can give you like 10%, 12% on savings. The risk is low because the capital is safe, but the return is very low. If imagine you put money somewhere, is giving you 12%, you now have to pay 30% somewhere because you're actually paying 30% when inflation hits into your money. You can see. So this one is for short term. You save for the purpose of investing. So don't just save maybe because you want to go and spend money in December or you want to go and blow it somewhere. No, that's not the purpose of saving. Savings is for investment. And If time permits, I'll tell you different ways you can save. The one I use for my savings, I use app, Optimus app. Okay, so what that does for me is automatic. Any money I see in my account is what I have. I've already set the plan. Tuesday they deduct so amount. Thursday they deduct so amount. And I tell you, the money have saved me many times. There was a time I was broke. I didn't have any. Even go and see this app. I just opened it. I saw 300 and something thousand. I said, so I've saved this amount, and you are saving it without knowing, and that's the beauty of it. So use technology to your advantage. If you know that you are struggling to save, because to save it might be difficult, especially if you are not disciplined. Because things will ask for your money. People will come and ask you for money. But if you don't have it, you don't have it. You have it, keep it somewhere. It's not where you can have access to it. And let's talk about investment. Investing is what is for higher return, but is the risk is higher. When you say risk is higher, it's not as if there are different risk level for investing. Like in the stock market, we can say the risk is moderate. It's not too high. In the forex market, the risk is high. So you need to vet it with your own risk profile. What can you risk? That's why when you want to open an account, they will tell you to fill and acknowledge that in there is the money you can afford to lose. But I used to tell people, me, I can't afford to lose any amount, but I can afford to risk some amount. All right. So it will increase your net worth over time. And it's most likely going to beat inflation. I've had like this year has been very bullish for the Nigerian capital market. Very, very bullish. That we made a lot of returns that has beat inflation. I've made over 100%. In fact, I have people in my community that made over 200% within this short period of time. And it's not going to be like that every time. The market is just like that for now. There will be a time it will slow down. There will be a time the market will start dropping. But with the knowledge that you have, you can know that, oh no, the market is getting tired. Then you can now take your money and go and put it in other investments out there that you can do. So, and investing is for long term. When you are thinking investing, I tell people think long term. In the stock market, I trade and I also invest. I teach people to invest and trade. Trading is part of the stocks you are holding. You plan to resell. When price goes up, you want to resell and go and look for another cheap one and buy. But as you are doing that, buying and selling, there's what we call portfolio balancing. You want to see what you have in investing versus what you have in trading. So you always want to balance it. You have to decide that maybe it's 50-50 I want to do, or 70-20, or 70-30, or 70-80-20, based on your own risk profile. Then every time, maybe quarterly, you need to rebalance it because one will make more money than the other. So you now have to put them together. Let's say you started with 100,000, one was 70,000, one was 30,000. You were trading with 70,000. 7,000 investing account has become 50. So when you now add it together and do the percentages again, it will not be balanced. So you need to now sell part and reshuffle and balance again so that you reduce risk. Okay, let's go down. So in investing, there's what we call risk versus return. What are you risking versus what you are going to make at the end of the day? In investing, there's no investment that is risk-free. Even government bond, not, they have never failed for once. They have never failed for once, but it doesn't mean that it still does not have risk. Let's say one government just come and it decides to default, but people used to say instead of defaulting, they can decide to go and print more money. You understand? But I still say it's still risky. The risk is very low and the return is very low. So when you see an investment that the risk is low, most likely the return will be low. And when you see it's very high, most likely the return is going to be very high. So high returns comes with high risk, and low return comes with low risk. So you have to now check your own risk profile. And this risk profile, there are a lot of things that we need to do. your assessment, your home makeup, your age, your exposure, because it's not every we grow in risk. When I started trading forex market, I was trading with maybe $100, but today I know how much I'm trading. So it's not as if you will start at the peak. I tell people, start driving slowly. Don't go into foreign stock. I see a lot of video on foreign stock is doing this, foreign stock is doing it. All right. By the time foreign stock deals with you, because in the foreign stock, there is no cap for what a stock can gain or lose in a day. So it can gain 100%, can gain 50%, can lose 50% in a day. But you can gain or lose in a day is 10%. They've capped it. So if you gain 10% today, it cannot go again. If you want to sell higher, you have to come back tomorrow. So you have to do this and vet this. Okay. So let's talk about Nigerian stock market now. So let's go into Nigerian stock market fully. So I'm very sure you are familiar with all these companies: MTN, Airtel, you have Boa Cement, you have Dangote Cement, Nestle Bank. If I ask you now, how many of you have bank accounts here? I know nobody has only one. I can tell. Because some will say, I have two, I have three. How are you so confident in the bank that you can keep your money in the bank and you cannot buy the company, you cannot buy the bank for a fraction, for as low as how much? How much is any trading? Maybe 60 naira. How much is GT trading? And you cannot buy MTN is trading at maybe 300 and something else. You are paying them, or you think that they are doing Father Christmas. They are not. They are making profit. So the wisdom is, if this company is making profits from me, why don't I buy in the company? When they make profit, they also share in the profit with you. So all these companies want to tell me that people will still not build house as the economy is so tight and we are all complaining. A lot of people are complaining. We will not join them to complain in Jesus' name. And people are still building houses. We are still hitting. Won't you hit? So being in this market, I don't think anybody should be without having stock. I don't think, because you cannot do without using the product. You cannot. Nestle will do Milo, they will do Milk, they will do Golden More, do this one, do this one. Everything, they are making money and you are not partaking in their profit. Okay, so NGX, we call it exchange now. It was formerly Nigerian Stocks Exchange, but now it is Nigerian Exchange. How does it work? You buy shares. When you buy shares, you are co-owning a company. When you buy a fraction of a share is like a fraction of a company. Take for instance, if they value this company for 1 million naira, and they now say, okay, we have divided this company, it's 1 million naira, 1 million units. You understand? That means 1 million pieces. So each of those units will now be worth what? 1 naira. Okay? So somebody will come, because it's a public liability company, somebody will come, we buy 10. 10 is 10 naira. Some will come, we buy 100 naira. Some will come, we buy 200. So as your financial muscle is, you come and carry what you can carry. So you buy and own a part. When they make profit, they will share profit. They call it earnings per share. The profit, they have to divide it by the outstanding number of shares. Let's say the company now is worth 1 million naira and now made 200,000 naira profit after tax for the year. And they now come, okay, how much are they earning per share? If one, that means that it should be 20%. So 20%, that means they have earned 20% of your 1 naira. So on each 1 naira that you have, you are entitled to 20 kobo. That's the earnings. But as the company has, they will not give you everything. They will retain some because they need to expand. You can see that when they started, they may not have a branch here. Before you know it, they have established another branch here. They are going outside of Nigeria to establish bank. All these banks now, they're outside of Nigeria operating. And what's their bottom line? It's profit. So if they are making profit, if I tell you to start a business today, you know how difficult it is running business. You know how difficult it is. Not to talk of saying you should go and start a bank. You know how difficult and the challenging, the regulatory standards that you need to meet, the cash, the capital, and all. So, and I say, okay, come and take a part of it with little amount. I know. Okay, so let's move on. So there are two ways to earn in the Nigerian stock market. There are two ways. One, through capital appreciation. Let me tell you one thing about capital gains. As inflation is going up, what's happening to the prices of those products? Is this stable? Is this same? Please, you need to tell me. I need to know how long I still have left, because me, I'm just talking. I don't even know whether I still have enough time. Someone should help me keep the time, please, so that I will know. Like, how many minutes do I have left so that I can rush? Hello, are you there? How many minutes do I
You
have
be
left?
communicated to.
12 minutes for the main session, then we'll have question and
Question
answer.
and answer. Okay, 12 minutes I can still run. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so let's now move on. How to start? You can start to buy stocks. You need to go through a broker. They call it stocks broker, and there are many. In fact, there are over 100 that they are registered, and they are traditional broker. What we call traditional broker is that they have license to operate that company. They directly, okay. Those are the companies that can help you buy shares. So if I want to buy share of a company now, of let's say bank or a telecom company or anything, I cannot go to that company and tell them I want to buy shares. I have to go through a broker. A broker will now help me buy. If I want to sell to, I will have to go. So the one that I use APT, I use Global View Capital, and there's this other one that I use. I've forgotten the name again. So anyone you use is fine. So when they open account for you, it's just like opening a bank account. You have a bank account. They will open a CSCS account for you. So in that CSCS account, that's where they will help you keep your shares of any company that you have. So when you open your app now, instead of saying I have 10,000 naira, what you will see is I have 5 units of Dangote cement. I have 20 units of First Bank. I have you understand. So that's what you see in your account. So when you have opened the account, then you need to fund it. Different broking houses have different ways of funding their accounts, especially those that have app. You can use Flutterwave. They can give you account number that you transfer the money, and they help you credit the account. You see it in your equity to buy any share, and when you sell the share, if you use direct cash settling, that's DSC. That means when you sell your shares, they will automatically credit your bank account. But if you don't want them to be crediting your bank account, because for me, I trade, so I don't want them to credit my bank account, I will start funding them again. So I don't use DSC. So when I sell a stock, I will still see the money in my account. In my account, I will see it cash in my portfolio. So with that cash, I can buy other stock. I can share, I can sell, I can buy, I can sell and buy. So that is that. And we have different apps also. But these apps like Shaka, Trove, Well.com, we have Afri Invest 2.0, and many others that you can also use. The disadvantage of those ones is that they go through a traditional broker for their service commission, and the broker also charge you for their service. Like now you are paying two. But if you use the app of the stockbroker directly, you are only paying commission one, because they charge us for commission. They charge us for commission to run the company and to also keep their own business running. All right, so let's talk about the financial fundamental analysis of the Nigerian stock market. This applies to every market, every stock market. Anyway, you can use it in the U.S. stocks exchange. You can use it in the any stock exchange in all the parts of the world. So number one metric that you need to understand is market capitalization. So for market capitalization is the amount the company is worth You can see some stock, some company can be worth maybe 200 billion, some might be 500 billion, 300 billion, but the banking sector, most of them their capitalization is huge. It's always in trillion. Okay, so that when you are doing risk assessment of, they call it liquidity risk assessment. This is how it works. If the company is too small, let's say the company is worth 200 million now. If you put too much money in that company, your money will be stuck because the company is not big enough. So if you are now holding too much, if you want to sell, if you are planning to sell, you understand, if you are a trader in the market, you are planning to sell, you now find it difficult to sell because you have too much volume, you are placing sell, nobody is willing to buy. But if the capitalization is huge, even if we put 200 million, you put it on sales, you will see the market will take it. Different people from different parts will buy it because the business is big. So capitalization. So earnings per share. What is earnings per share? Is what the company will earn per each unit of share. So if the unit, like in the example I made mention of the other time, that one unit is 1 naira. If they earn 10%, so that means on your 1 naira, the earnings per share will now be 10 kobo. You understand? So let's now talk about PE ratio. What's the price earnings ratio? It means that I want to see, is like a return on investment. If I put money in this stock and I buy it, how long will it take me to recoup my money as earnings? This is what it means. If I put 1 naira to buy a unit of this stock, if they are earning 10 kobo every year, that means it will take me 10 years for me to get back my capital as earnings. So at that level, I would have made 200%. That's what it means. I would have made 200%. So the lower, the better. So if the earnings per share is higher, then the time for me to get back my money will be lower. Do you all get it? So if it's 20% they are making, that means it will take me 5 years. So if they are making, so the lower, the better. Okay. Then peg ratio. The peg ratio is like price earnings growth. Are they growing earnings? Because if they make 10% this year and next year they made another 10%, upper year they make another 10%, they are not making money again. Because if you are staying on the same salary in this economy, if your salary was 100,000 last year, if you are still collecting 100,000 naira this year, will it be enough? It will not, because inflation has eaten into it. Things are getting more expensive. So they need to grow that earnings. So if you make 10% today and this year, next year you expect it to grow. So this peg ratio is what helps us to calculate, okay, what's they are growing in terms of their earnings. Then dividend yield. What is dividend? Dividend is like a return that a company pays you for holding their shares. If they give you, if the company is paying dividend of, let's say, 10% out of their earnings, because they are not going to give you all the earnings. Let's say out of 100 naira, they made 10 kobo as earnings. They now say, oh, we cannot give you 10 kobo. We will give you 2 kobo. So the dividend yield there is what is 2 kobo, 2% of the earnings. That is dividend yield. So earnings yield. Okay, earnings yield is 2%. Okay, earnings yield is the what's it called? The amount you bought the stock. If it is 1 naira, you bought it 1 naira, and they are now giving you as earnings. The earnings yield is 10%. That's earnings yield. But dividend yield is the dividend they paid you versus the amount you are paying. So if out of the 10 naira, 10 kobo they made, they gave you 2 kobo. So your dividend yield will now be 2 kobo over how much you paid, which was 1 naira. I hope you get the difference now. So these metrics can help you navigate the financial landscape, especially if you are looking at using fundamental analysis. So the app that we use to track these metrics, is actually investing.com. So if you go to investing.com or you download their app on your phone, use it as a free tool, because it's actually a paid app. But with the free, you are good. So with the free, what I do, assuming we have enough time, I would have showed you how you can do it on your own. But just you need to register with an email. When you register with the email, you have access to the financial markets, especially the fundamental analysis. That's what I do here majorly. So if I go down now, like for this, you see different markets, US markets, news, but since we are interested in Nigerian stock market, if the time will still permit me, if my time is up, just let me know, because I finished the presentation. I just want to quickly show you practical guide how you can get those metrics. All this capitalization and everything I'm saying is not something that you will do. It's online. It's actually online. You can see it on NGS sites, but with this app, the financial markets, global financial market, my system is hanging. So I think that would be all from my hand here.
Wow, wow, that's a lot. Thank you so much, sir.
You're
Like you
welcome.
gave us you gave us a quick immersion into investments. I know some of us will already have questions already. So please let's ask our questions. Just type your questions in the chats, in the group chat. Drop your questions. Somebody said that show us small. Like do you want him to go ahead with the website? I think the website is not loading. Just drop it in the chat room. Let us have um your questions. But before that, I have some questions. Messi, are you there? Messi, can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am, here. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
will you
I'm
go ahead
here.
with the
I'm here.
question first before I?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, Messi, we can hear. Okay, Max Success saying that how to use
Okay.
investing.com.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm trying to load it on my phone, on my laptop now. Let's
All
see.
right. So we are on to the question and
hello, Messi.
I can't hear you again. Okay.
I think our network is
hello.
fluctuating because
Y-
let me
Please,
just go ahead with it.
good
You
evening.
are breaking
Can I ask a question?
seriously. Okay, who is on the call?
Ahmed.
Okay, Mohammed, you can go ahead.
Please, I want to learn a little bit about this candle. So, sir, please, what can you say about our time frame? Please, you helping me see, please, can you use that to check NACO under 1 hour time frame?
You
I
cannot
want to
use
understand some points.
1 hour chart for anything in the Nigerian stock market. It is nothing. The list that
Okay.
I would say you will look at is weekly. Even daily is like 1 minute on the forex chart. It gaps, it do, so you can't predict it. You don't even know where it's going. You have zoomed too much into the chart. So I start my
Oh,
analysis from 3 months chart. Then I step it down. I'll drop my YouTube channel so that you can see, you watch some videos there. There are other things that I've done in the past that you can watch. I won't be able to take that here. But what I do is to start from the 3 months chart. Let me just put up my chart if the network will
okay, thank
allow
you.
us.
What about if your frame is it recommended
For which one?
for daily trading? buying and selling in 1 day or 2 days?
You cannot buy and sell in 1 day. It's not sustainable. In the
Okay.
market, in this market, it's not sustainable. You won't
Okay.
make
Okay.
so much. The market is allowed to make 10% in a day. Out of the 10%, if you buy and sell, your broker has collected 5%. You now see,
Okay.
if you continue to do that, although you will think you are making money, but you are working for the broker. Which
Okay.
stock
I
do you say I
understand.
should check now?
Nahako.
Okay, NACO. NACO should be, what's NACO again?
NAHCO.
N
A
A.
HCO.
Okay, financial sector. Okay, I can see it now. So for NACO, network is really, really acting up. The network is acting up. So I would have loved to just show you what the chart is saying,
Okay.
but the network this is not helping. I can't, it's not even loading fast. It's not loading fast. So if you want to, okay, you can see now, I'm on 4 hours. What are you seeing? Gap, 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 gap. Cannot trade that now. So I start from 3 months. When I look at 3 months, you can see that it's clear now.
Yes.
If you had wanted to buy, you would have bought around here when NACO was around 4 naira. Now it's around 90, 98 naira. Do you understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
from 4 naira to 98 naira, what percentage is that? Than 1000%. 100% is 8 naira. That's more than 1000% in this market. You can go on and
Okay.
on. So if I now see this, I'll now step it down to monthly and mark my structure. Then it's in the overbought region, so it's still going up. But as it is, you cannot buy. I will not even advise you to buy. Last month was a rejection. So this one,
Mm.
if you want to buy, forget about this one. You cannot buy this one. If you want to buy any stock, you buy them when they are still very low. You don't buy at the mountain top. You buy in the valley.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let me quickly open the chart. Where's the chart again?
Yes, I can see another question in the chat room.
I can't see my
Damilola
chart.
said,
Okay, read
okay,
it
I will
to
read
me.
the question.
Thank you.
Yes, my question is, as a fresh graduate with no
All right.
knowledge on Forex and trading, what are
Okay.
some things can be invested in with like 50,000 naira for a start?
For a start, if you want to invest,
50,000.
number one,
So how can you don't know Forex, you don't know how to trade. So where should you start?
okay, I will answer that question, but you will still be the one to decide. Number one, before you invest, you need to know what is your risk tolerance. It's not for everybody cannot trade forex. Everybody cannot trade forex. If you don't want to go and have high blood pressure, everybody cannot trade forex, especially if you don't have enough money. Forex requires that you have good capital, but the one that is very cheap that everybody can partake in, one, the cheapest that I've seen is the stock market. With your 50,000 naira, if you buy, let me, I just pray, I can quickly go to stocks I'm watching. What are stock? Okay, let's say Dangote Sugar. I think Dangote Sugar is already picking up. Let me see. Okay, let me see what is happening to Dangote Sugar. Load, load, load. I think this Telegram used to consume data. All right. This stock was around 30 something naira when I gave out the trade, and is now at 5 naira. Okay, you can see it now. It was around here when we entered in my community. Let's say 35 naira. Now it's at what? 51 naira. Let me just quickly do the calculation. I'll bring out my calculator now. Your 50,000 divided by, when it's, let's say you entered around 35 naira, divide by Sorry. 50, 1, 2, 3, divide by 35 naira. It will have given you 1,400 units of Dangote sugar. So if you entered and have this, let's say 1,400 units, 1,400 units. At this price now, 51 naira times 51, it would have become 71,400. And it took how long? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 months for you to make that. Do you understand? If it was forex, if you traded with that 50,000, two things would have happened. Is either that 50,000 would have become 100,000, or everything would have disappeared. Two things that can happen. But in the forex, in the stock market, is safer. The worst that will happen to this stock is that the price will come down. The unit you have will still be there. You won't lose it. If I bought, like you bought 1,400, you will still have 1,400. Let the price come to 10 naira. It will still be 1,400. So when it goes up, it's still 1,400 that you have. Do you get it? So that's the advantage. But this trade now, if you can still enter, you can still enter at 51 naira, because my target is actually at this top, which is 90 naira. Do you get it? Which other stock? Oh, I know Dangote Cement. Dangote Cement also is picking up. Yes, thank you. Stock is safer. Why? Why? Okay, let's take another question. Why this is loading? Keep the question coming. Any other person with question? Okay, look at Dangote. This stock is already hitting support. Okay, you can see it's already hitting support. So if you buy this stock now, your 50,000 might not be able to get much units, but let's see. With your 50,000, 50,000, 1, 2, 3 divided by, let's say you bought at 425. It will have given you 115 units. So if you have this 115 unit now, my target is back to this high, which is 683. So by the time you get there, I don't know how long it will take. It might take 6 months, it might take 1 year, I don't know. But if it takes that and it hits that price, that's 683. That's 683. So it would have become 78,000 naira. And if you work by the percentage that you have made, you have made this one, you have made over 50%. But the risk is slightly higher. Let's say you now want to put it in something that is safe. I also do what's it called now? Mutual fund. So in mutual fund is there, ETF is there. Let's say mutual fund. Mutual fund is around 20%, 21%. In a year, that your 50,000 would have become 50 times 20%. Let's say 20%. Would have become 60,000 in a year. But the beauty of the mutual fund that I'm doing is compounding. It compounds monthly. So instead of 60,000 in a year, what you will get actually in a year is 50%. Okay, let's first divide 20% divided by 12 months. So what do you get? 1.66. Let's say 1.66, 50%, 50,000 rather, times 1.66. What do you get? No, sorry. 50, 1, 2, 3 times 1.66 will now be 1.016. I hope you get it. 1, 2. how I got this. If you didn't get it, don't worry. You will understand later.
The
So this,
percentage.
yes, per month. You know, in a year they give you 20%.
Yes.
So I want to calculate it based monthly. So that monthly is now what I will now use to be multiplying it, because the interest plus the capital will become the next capital. So this one times this, the first month it will be this, then multiply it again by 1.0166. So the second month is this times again 1.1, no, sorry, 0.166. That's the third month. No, sorry, it's not 1 point. I hope you get what I'm saying. So it's going to compound. So at the end of the year, it will be slightly more than 60%. That's what I'm just trying to explain to you. So that
Okay,
one,
sir.
so the more you want safety of that money, you now depend on which investment that you will go into. And if you want to double it, you can go and do crypto. Two things will happen. It's either the money doubles or the money vanishes. So it now depends on you. What is your own tolerance? What can you handle? Okay, thank you.
Eh, Your risk tolerance is very important. I have
Yes.
question, no, but I have two questions here. I think we have three questions in the parking lot now. Somebody is asking, what is your opinion on NSL Tech and Oando? I think
Owando
those
is
are also
about
stock
money.
markets.
Yes. I can say for Owando because I've been in Owando since. Owando Wando is already hitting. I told my community members to buy at this support. Let me show you. Okay, I told them to buy at this support. And it spiked, but it pulled back. It's fine. We are buying it back to this high of 102. Okay, so that's what we are doing. We are buying back to the high. If the market remains bullish the way it is, it will hit the high. In fact, it can surpass it to 10 something here. So that's for Wando. For NS, and mind you, you see that I'm only doing technical. In trading or in investing, there are three. You know, I did not even talk about fundamental here now. You need to do fundamental also. You go and check the fundamental. And what is fundamental? Fundamental is just watching the news. You need to know the news. You need to know their financials. Are they okay? I think it's even on my slide. No, it's on my slide. Let me put up my slide and you will see. Okay, where is my slide? Maybe I've closed it. It's on my slide where I was showing you the financial. If I can find it, fine. If I cannot find it, we have to move on. Okay, I can see it now. You can see what is fundamental. You need to know their financial report statement because they will publish it. What's their turnover? What's their profit? What are their assets? What are their liability? What are they? What is their management structure? Do they have good management? Because there are some companies they are making profit, but they are feeding fat. The investors are feeding lean. They will tell you that because it's what they declare as profit that is profit. It's after their expenses. They will tell you the management, the top management, they need car, they buy car, they will buy what's it called, furnish their houses, do this, give them fat salary, traveling expenses, this one spending all that. The little that is remaining, they will now declare that okay, this is profit. Is that profit that you are sharing? If it's that kind of company, better run. Because investors will be lean and the the people operating the business will be fat. That is what is going to happen. So you need to know their financials. What's their turnover? Which industry are they operating in? If you look at it in the next 10 years or in the next 5 years, will that company will still be relevant? Because there's what we call sector rotation. When one sector is booming, it might be affecting another sector. Take for instance, Zoom now. when did Zoom come up? That everybody, it's COVID that brought up Zoom now. Zoom have been in existence before, but when that thing shifted to their own business, they started making a lot of money. Now, the insurance might be suffering. Maybe it's the banking sector they're smiling, or the manufacturing in their policy and all that. So as government is releasing one policy or the other, it will boost one sector, it may be affecting another sector. So that's what you need to pay attention to when you are doing fundamental analysis. What's the annual report? Their complaint filings, their industry, which industry are they operating in? The economic indicators. What's the economy saying? Okay, they've removed subsidy. Who are the people that will benefit from it? Okay, news and media. You need to also pay attention to media and analyst reports also. So you need to follow news, especially for fundamental analysis. You need to follow news. I'm only showing you technical. So this one now is a breakout. It's a breakout, but we don't know. It might pull back, might continue. Let me check it on the 3 months chart, because I start from my 3 months. This was your entry zone. You see what happened? It has already, this was our entry. It broke here. So if it has enough momentum, it can keep going up. So if I want to know how far it will go, I'll use a tool called Fibonacci retracement, or extension rather. So I'll draw it from here to here. There's the reason why I chose that level. You see where it stopped? It hits here. If it's able to break there, it's going to 1 naira 22 kobo. Okay, look at Ella Lake. Ella Lake is a trade that we've been in my community for long. And when that stock picked up, it picked up massively. I will show you now. Because in this market, you cannot predict. The stock was here. I was telling you, buy cup and handle, buy cup and handle. Suddenly, they just push up. And from 3 naira, the stock is trading as at now. It's trading at 12 naira. So imagine you have invested out your 50K here now and bought stock 3 naira. The stock would have been at 12 naira. And you can now sell, or you can decide to hold it and hope that it will still get to 14 naira. Do you understand? So that's the market for you. It will not always be like this. It's a season. The market is bullish. This is a bullish season. So buyers are willing to buy at higher prices. That's what it means when the market is bullish. All right. Thank you. Any other questions?
Wow. That's so insightful. I always think we just choose by this is up, the arrow is up. Now I'm saying there's more to selecting stock. And with this analysis, I wish I had invested in stock instead of putting my money in piggy vest. Because
But your money is
the
safe
illustration of the yes, although yes, but the illustration of the 50K increase in 5 months for that stock that really did well, although is higher risk. So another question here. Please,
Okay.
what's the minimum you can advise one to invest in stock? And can you give example of dividend paying stocks? So like how much is the minimum that somebody should invest in stock? And examples of dividend paying stock. And I think I also would like to know more about dividend paying stock. So that at least even if we're not collecting our capital, we're collecting balance.
So that's a good question. How much you can start with? You can start with any amount, with as low as 1,000 naira. It depends on how much you have. And the stock market is a place where everybody can play. The billionaires, they are playing there. The thousandaires are playing there. The hundredaires are playing there. So it's a level ground. If you make 10%, the billionaires also make 10%. The difference is that they are making 10% on billion. You are making 10% on 100. 10% of 100 naira, is it not 10 naira? But they invested 100 million. 10% of 100 million is 10 million. That's the difference. The percentage stays the same. So let's talk about dividend. For dividend stock, the highest paying dividend stock, I think it should be maybe Zenith. Let's look at it. This is how you can get that. From my trading view, if you come to let me stock screener. I use stock screener for that. Let me close it so that I can show you. At this hedge, this place, that screener. When you click it, That's why you have US stock market here. You just search for more, then type Nigeria, apply. So these are the stocks, Nigerian stocks, like 140 symbols here. And another advantage that Nigerian stock has is that the stocks are not many. If you go to US stock now, the stock that are listed, they are over maybe 4,000 or 5,000. How many do you want to follow? But in Nigeria, it's only 140. So you can keep track on most of them, all of them. So how you know dividend paying stock is when you come here, you just go to this is PE ratio, this is price, percentage, market capitalization, growth. I need to see dividend. You can see dividend. So for dividend, I want to see continuous dividend growth, continuous dividend payout. Let's up. Why is it not showing apply? Okay, let me remove this. Let me come here. Dividend yield percentage, dividend yield indicated, dividend per share. Let's see dividend per share. Hard column. So let me make it bigger. Sorry. So dividend per share, just sort it ascending. No, let's do dividend in percentage so that I can know based on percentage. Dividend yield percentage, continuous growth, dividend payout ratio. I hope you understand the payout ratio and all that. Dividend per share growth. Okay, let's see dividend per share growth. Oh, not growth. Oh, delete. They've changed their stock screener, so I'm still not used to this new interface. I'm so used to the old one. Where is the dividend again? Let's see this one. I will know. Okay, I think this is the one I need. Let's sort it in descending. The highest payout. So the highest payout is this. Which stock? Which stock is this? Will you go and buy this stock? Please run. No, you cannot buy this stock because what's the volume? 615,000. That's the volume. What's the market capitalization? Is not even there. Their PE ratio. So you remove this one.
Wow.
I know the one that is highest. Okay, UBA. I know it's a banking stock. Almost all the banks they are paying dividend. And if you want to start investing, please just go and buy bank. Their price is not that very volatile. Like the return I showed you on Ella Lake, on Dangote Cement, on that banking stock cannot move like that because the volume is huge. It takes volume to move price. The minimum unit that can move a price, that can tick a stock, that can move it is 100,000 units. Now imagine for me to move Nestle, let's say Nestle is trading at 1,000 naira. For me to move the stock of Nestle, I will need 1,000 times 100,000. How much is that? That should be, how much is that? 10 billion. I think it's 10 billion naira.
That's a lot.
So it's a lot. So all these banking stock that you are seeing, market capitalization of 1.2 trillion. You understand? For you to move the price and now skyrocket for 100% it's not possible. Let me say that. It's not possible. Banking stock move gradually. They are not that volatile. So if you want to start investing in this market, start with the banking stock. That's what I can say. So if this UBA has the highest and is paying 10%, 11%, 11 point something, so you can start and buy UBA at the price. Or you buy, but what I will recommend, buy Access. Access is giving like 10%. But Access is, if you look at the chart, I don't want to go to the chart now so that I will not lose this one. You can see what are the criteria I'm looking at now. Their capitalization, how much is the company worth? The volume, how much is the trading volume in that stock? This one is too low. You will just buy, you will not be able to sell. And they tell you this one, what they have never paid dividend. See, that's why there's nothing here. They have never. But all this stock, they have track record. UBA, Access. This is small IT or something. I don't know. I don't really know this stock. They are into processing. But look at their capitalization. It's not even captured. So all this stock that they don't have data, run. Go with the ones that have data that you can be sure that this is the company worth, this is the outstanding shares, this is the dividend I'm expecting, and they are gaining. Access gained 7% on Friday. Let me show you why I said you should consider Access.
Performance, the one that has positive and negative. Should we also look at the positive side?
Which one?
The previous spreadsheet that you were on now, there's a performance also there. Some
This
is
one?
green, yes. Yes, the change
Yes,
percentage.
this performance is what they gained on Friday. Do you understand? On Friday, this is what they gained. Some lost, some gained. If you are interested in dividend, you understand, you don't bother about capital going up, going down. If we continue to go up, go
Okay.
down, go up, go down. But in the long run, it's an asset you have. In the long run, in the next 10 years, it's 10 years so far. In the next 5 years, assets will not be trading at this price. All this stock may be trading at
Okay.
100 and something. Yes, now inflation is there. So their
Wow.
price will like 2 years ago now. They were kobo, they were between maybe less than 10 naira then. But now they are into 20 naira range. Before you know it, in the next 5 years, they will be trading around 100 and something, 200 and something. So capital will continue to appreciate. It will go up, down, up, down, up, down. But in the long run, it will appreciate. That is not your concern. If you are concerned about dividend, this is where you will look at. They will give you 10%. So the 10% they are giving you, what you will get at the end of the year depends on how much of the unit you have. Do you get it? It's not the price you bought it. If I have 100,000 units, based on that, I'll be able to get enough dividend. Compare with somebody that had 10 units, the dividend will be small, no matter the price you bought it. I hope you get the two now. So if you want to be looking for capital appreciation, is up and down. But if you want to be focusing on dividend, cash flow, you'll be concerned about this.
Okay,
Hope you
sir. I think,
know it.
thank you so much, sir. I think you've been able to answer our first question.
Okay.
Another question that our time is gone, but we still have questions. I think at this point, you have to just drop your YouTube channel so that people can go and watch more. We can't finish
Okay.
it today.
We
She's
cannot
asking
finish it.
that what platform is best for buying stock? Someone mentioned Invest Niger. That one I just saw the ad though. Trove. We have Invest and all those ones. Which one do you? We have a lot of them. Bamboo. Which one will you recommend?
I've said it before. Bamboo or this Afri Invest they are charging you twice. You might not worry
Mm.
if you want to trade 100,000. Even if they charge you twice, what they are charging you is still less than, let's say, 5,000 naira. You cannot imagine somebody that wants to trade, let's say, 20 million, and they are now charging you 5%. 5% of that should be like 2 million. No, 5%, 10% is 2 million. So 5% is like 1 million. You now see that the money is a lot. So you will be concerned with that kind of, what's it called? Commission that they are charging you. As to the one that will charge you 2%, the 2% will be like 400,000. You now see that the difference is so much. But because you are trading little money, you can use any of the app that you know. They are faster. That's the advantage there. They are faster. They have app that you can easily use, download and use. All these traditional brokers, they are like old banks. that they have refused to embrace technology. That's the way they used to operate. At times I
Yes, I remember you mentioned this earlier in the chat.
yes,
So if you are using a little money, you can use any of those apps. But if
you
you
can
are
use it fast.
investing with huge amounts, you need to get
Commission
a
will increase.
professional.
Yes.
Okay. I have another question. There is this Web3 investment now that I don't know so much about it, but it's like maybe it's linked to crypto or not, but they do investment using Web3 channels. What's your view on this?
I think I
Um,
saw it somewhere. I can't really remember. In fact, I think I saw it somewhere. I've not really looked into it. I don't know what they are into. Okay, it's crypto. Ah, I don't know much about this. I don't know much about it.
okay. So that means that is also high risk.
It's a crypto. Yeah. You know, in crypto trading, there are two ways you can trade crypto. You can either trade crypto spot or you trade crypto futures. That crypto future is the one that has the highest risk. The crypto spot, that one works like stock market. The risk is not too high. Do you understand? It's what you buy that you buy. But in the crypto spot, you can trade the both side, just like you are trading forex. You can sell to make money. You can sell high and buy low. You can buy low and sell high. You can just like the what's it called forex market. But the spot, you can only buy and hold. So if you buy and hold it, if the price goes up, just like the way stock market works. So this crypto sport is what big players will do. If you have enough, I know one man, what's his name? Emily or something, I've forgotten his name. He used to come to my church then to do seminar for us. He's into crypto. Blockchain. He said blockchain is the next gold mine. He's buying crypto in thousands of dollars. So what he's buying is the spot. He's buying the real crypto, not the features. It's not trading like forex that you buy today, sell tomorrow, buy today. No.
Hmm.
Oh,
But that involves more knowledge about it before you
ah,
go into that.
yes. So
So thank you so much, sir. Like it's been worth it. It's been a very engaging discussion. The
you're
questions
welcome.
and answers, yes. And I know we still have more questions. So please, you can just stay on
You
the
not
group
go tonight.
page for some time. If anybody still
Okay,
have
okay,
any
okay.
question, you
Yes, I
can
will.
drop it. You can respond with a chat, and the
Okay,
recording will also be shared on the group. So in case you came in late, you can rewatch the session. So everybody, yes, yes, thank you, Max. Please let us drop emojis, clapping emojis for our facilitator. Thank you so much, sir. So, my own 2 cents is for beginners, our advice, maybe because I have a low risk tolerance, start
okay.
with low risk. Don't look for high,
Buy
what's it
the
called?
buy stock, buy banking stocks.
Yes, okay, banking stock. So, mutual funds, those ones are lower,
Yes,
sha.
you can do. Yes, you can do mutual fund also.
Yes. So, but the
But
higher we go,
the challenge
then
is,
we
you see, those mutual fund is like the what you can make is fixed. You understand? It's
can.
fixed. But in stocks, you cannot say. Although they want to give me 10% as dividend, but this stock before the end of the year, this stock can be trading at 100 naira. Do you get it? So you have opportunity of making money through capital appreciation and also through cash flow, through dividend. So that's my advice.
Yeah, yeah, I get. So there are two forms of like cash flow and dividend. That's a good
Yes.
one.
Mm.
Okay, so you would help us drop your YouTube channel I've gone through it. I've seen a lot of videos, so there's enough time for us to learn more on YouTube. And because we're supposed to end by 8:30, this is already 8:37. So let's
Okay.
um wrap up now. So thank you everybody for joining. This is our contact in case you want to reach out to us as an organization. Um, you can please follow and engage us on our social media channels at WeAreTQP. Mercy, please drop the links to our social media handles so that people can follow us. And this webinar is brought to you by Start Quintessential Youth Initiative. It's an NGO. And if you'd like to become a volunteer, you can fill the volunteering form. Just send us a message or just drop it that you're interested. We'll send you the link and we'll pick it up from that. And aside from this Telegram group, the Telegram group is our network. Would advise to stay on this group because we have webinars at intervals and we have a lot of resources that we push to this group. So we're advising you to stay on this Telegram group. And we also have a community group for our faith-based programs. So we have a ministry arm where we have faith-based programs. So you can join our community group so you can engage more with us. I want to say thank you to everyone for tonight. And thank you to our facilitator once again.